Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game INSUP versus Fish. This game taking place here on Amazonia. Gonna go ahead and get to the 8 times speed, show what's happening at that 2 minute mark as INSUP opens up with an Ultra of Storms, Burrow, Barracks, and now going into that Voodoo Lounge. On the bottom left hand side of the map, Fish opening things up with a Mountain King over an Archmage. Still no Arcane Vault, and it looks as though he's trying to go for a fast expansion attempt, pulling those rock golems away so that they will not be tempted to use that boulder toss or that a slow on those mud golems, thereby just increasing the overall damage output of the army because they're not getting affected by stuns and slows. If you guys are watching this trying to learn how to get better, hopefully that little bit of insight right there was in fact helpful. Coming back through, Fish also opening things up and choosing to go for Bash first, interestingly enough, instead of Thunderbolt or Stormclap. Mountain King already has a potion of greater healing as we're looking at, the Forest Troll Trapper getting finished off by the remainder of peasants here. Off to the north here, Farseer gonna look to get some damage across all of those units. Mountain King does go for Stormbolt at second, as we are looking at some damage getting racked up onto one, very, very sad Footman. Footman now down to 44 hit points. He's trying to get away. Meanwhile, are we gonna get a surround? Yes, a surround onto INSUP's Grunt right there. Beautiful surround, a 4-unit surround by Fish, and I'm sure he'll take that trade any day of the week. Low hit point Footman trying to get away down to 16 hit points. It will take 2 more shots. Meanwhile, down to the south here, Chain Lightning bouncing across here as we are looking at a Scout Tower trying to upgrade to an Arcane Tower. Spirit Wolf still going after here, and it looks as though the Footman ends up surviving down to 8 hit points. And we'll see what comes of that. That one Footman needs to make sure he doesn't come back that way. Otherwise, he will just get auto attacked by that Farseer, and he is purposely now going to try and hide in a different location away. No, purposely just aggroing onto the creeps. He could have tried to run around that side to try and save that low hit point Footman, as INSUP was doing a bit of a dance with that Farseer, perhaps not quite knowing where his opponent's unit was. No lucky bashes this time around, though, as the Mountain King does get in a shot right there, continuing to engage. Hi, Crota. I'm doing well, thank you. Love from Sweden. Keep it up. Love watching every time. Oh, you guys make me blush. But thank you for tuning in. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather the past couple of days. No cast yesterday. Feeling quite a bit better today. And I'll also be heading out to the snow on Friday with my daughter, just in for some, daddy-daughter bonding time, and getting in some fun on the slopes as well. So, yeah, I'm sure that's more than you needed to know, as we're looking at a Stormbolt landing down on that Farseer. Farseer of INSUP, very, very smart, purposely surrounding himself with his own friendly units, not allowing Fish to get a surround again once more. However, all right, Footman going to go ahead and try to get us around. There is a Stormbolt onto that Grunt. Grunt going to end up getting taken down. Oh, nope, not going to get taken down. That 4-unit surround, not quite enough. Are we going to end up getting denied right there? One more shot is going to do it. Mountain King does get the experience, as the Farseer now falls behind here. Mountain King still has a potion of greater healing, perhaps wishes he had a potion of greater mana right now instead, as the Farseer does have clarity potions to refill himself when the time comes. A lot of us slow early engagements here, but INSUP may actually be a little bit behind the 8 ball here, and so to speak, as the economy of Fish is already already running on 2 bases, but he does have that tech advantage, as a Tauren Chieftain will be making his way out onto the field. 2 bases versus tier 2 in this 1v1 matchup here on Amazonia. Mountain King looking to get off another Stormbolt, perhaps stop that Farseer from being able to heal and get some clarity potions. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain out on the field now, opting to go for Endurance or a first, and should be able to easily run around the map now. Mountain King looking to pick up Boots of Speed, and does in fact purchase a nice pair of running shoes to get around the map more quickly. Mountain King still low on experience from level 3, wants to get that level 3, level 2 Stormbolt going, as the Mountain King wants to do a bit of harassment here. A much smaller army overall, But, well, coming in with this engagement, a bit risky, high risk, high reward maneuver, as there is a bunch of low hit point footmen nearby as well. That arcane vault is now done. Not quite sure what Fish is doing. He's perhaps biting off more than he can chew, so to speak, as we're now going to be looking at, well, a number of low hit point footmen going to get taken down. There's one low hit point footman taken down. Mountain King could be in trouble, and I think Fish may have overstayed his welcome here, as we're looking at this Sasquatch about to get cleaned up as well. He wants to land that Stormbolt. The timing on that Stormbolt is going to be key. He's getting in some easy damage onto a Grunt as well. Still running back around. Mountain King down to 165 hit points. Still dancing back around here. Is he going to be able to get off any of those shots? Perhaps try to get the last shot on that Sasquatch. That's really what he's baiting to try and do. But that is just a bit too greedy, as the Mountain King, well, helps lower the hit points of that Sasquatch, but doesn't deliver the killing blow. Mountain King needs to use a scroll of regeneration and a clarity potion here quickly. Lost a couple of footmen in that engagement there, as INSUP does have, well, should be able to make up on that experience level advantage, getting level 2 on that Tauren Chieftain, with that Farseer just shy of level 3. Mountain King playing a very dangerous game. Tech to tier 2 should now nearly be done, and we'll see what that second hero of choice will be. And also from Bulgaria. All right, so Bulgaria and Sweden today. Makes sense, since I'm casting at a very, very early time here in the States, but the only real time that I can set aside to do this hobby, which I, well, love so much. Mountain King looking to wander around. Footman gonna try and go, no, not going after an easy green creep camp to give the Mountain King that last bit of experience. 70 experience will be needed. Meanwhile, however, the INSUP now charging in very quickly with Chain Lightning and Shockwave. Should be able to rack up quite a bit of damage. Fish does have some guard towers here and scout towers here trying to upgrade as well. There goes the Arcane Vault. That is going to be a pretty big shot here overall, as a low hit point raider could end up getting Stormbolt to just finish it off. And now the Mountain King 10 experience shy away from level 3. More sides getting engaged, more Spirit Link coming back across here, more peasants trying to retreat back. Are we going to see some more units getting taken down? Spirit Link across multiple units. That Grunt, even though it is completely surrounded, will be able to absorb a lot more damage than you would expect, since half of its damage is getting split across other units. Now Mountain King sitting at level 3 with level 2 Stormbolt should be able to get off some bigger Stormbolts here, as we do see 2 scout towers, which look like they're upgrading, are just actually stopped construction. They really need to get a little bit more construction going and get that upgrade done. There's only 2 towers here, and it looks like 2 towers are being upgraded, but that is not the case. Paladin is going to be the follow-up hero. Mountain King, does it have a way to stay alive? Yes, Potion of Healing. Stormbolt now onto a Grunt. That's going to end up getting taken down, as the guard towers are still heading across here. INSUP may be making some miscalculations or judgments, thinking that the scout towers are upgrading to arcane towers or something like that, as well, you aren't really clicking on those buildings. Coming back around, Mountain King still looking back around here. We do see one very low hit point Spirit Walker could take a Stormbolt for that final bit of damage, but not enough mana yet. 46 supply compared to 33. Fish's additional gold just turning into extra experience for the enemy heroes, as it is dual level 3 heroes now, going up a level 3 and a level 1. Mountain King doesn't have that much mana overall, trying to fight this back here, as the Farseer and Tauren Chieftain and still, well, hoping to build on that experience lead by taking down a Mountain King. All right, damage is racking up here. Mountain King using a Scroll of Healing, Stormbolt onto a Raider. Raider now down to 45 hit points. Will he be able to break free? No, he is not. He ends up getting taken down, as the Spirit Walkers, well, have to be very careful as well. All right, there goes a Paladin. He's going to end up getting surrounded. Very large Orc army still pressuring here, as these towers are finally being upgraded after all this time. There goes one cancel. There goes another. But if Fish had paid attention to this earlier, getting those 2 additional scout towers up into guard towers or arcane towers could have possibly been enough to hold this. There was definitely enough time for those upgrades to complete. Fish gonna lose this expansion now. Coming back around, we are transitioning into Griffins, and this may actually come as a bit of a shock to in shock to INSUP. One base Griffins is not very common. Of course, Fish was most likely planning on 2 bases to really get a large number of Griffins out here onto the battlefield. Why no face, Savage? Because of the way I didn't recharge my my backlight. So the way my current setup is, I actually have um, a light on my face. Otherwise, I'm in horrible shadows. And well, I forgot to charge that light, so I would just look incredibly backlit and very, very poor. All right, let's see. I guess I can show you in between cast. Anyways, gonna go ahead and get a Farseer. Stormbolt is gonna be enough. Spirit Link to try and share some of that damage. There goes a Storm, or a little bit of hammer damage, but not enough to finish things off. Mountain King is right there, though. Stormbolt gonna try and finish it off, but no. Beautiful use of Scroll of Town Portal for that invulnerability, and unable to even get that low hit point Grunt. All right, between that Farseer and that Grunt, not even 40 hit points between those two units before healing is now underway. All right. INSUP quickly getting, fortified armor to protect against those Griffin Riders. Griffin Riders with that piercing damage really eat through Orc burrows if those burrows do not have that fortified armor upgrade. Shadow Man equals greater than no mana. INSUP or Orc? INSUP Orc now? All right, coming back through. Well, in this game, Mountain King testing the waters here. Going to go ahead. Tome of Intelligence +2 going to be picked up by the Mountain King. Oh, no, picked up by the Paladin. Mountain King already gets up to level 4. Level 2 Bash, however, only a 25% chance to get that stun across. Meanwhile, we're looking at the Enforcer getting taken down here, and now level 4 on that Farseer for level 2 Chain Lightning and level 2 Shockwave. That chain wave ability is going to be very effective for all the ground units that we see. However, there's really not that many ground units at all, as we see also a Gauntlet of Ogre Strength +3 and a Tome of Strength being left behind. That is 100 hit points on a hero. Not quite sure why it is being left behind here, as a Stormbolt now goes down. Trying to finish things off here. Are we going to see that Raider getting taken down? Yes, we are. Hit and run tactics. 40 supply compared to 50, as the units all now retreat back. All right, I thought I saw a blue unit over here somewhere. Oh, there is a blue unit here. Nope, that is just a normal peasant. All right, I guess it's the water. All right, coming back down. Coming back across. Torrent Chieftain sitting at 4. Farseer sitting at 4. Both sides creeping out and trying to get to... there's critical levels. Paladin wants to get to level 3. Meanwhile, I'm surprised that INSUP hasn't tried to clear out this Granite Golem creep camp yet. Granite Golem creep camp would be perfect for what he has. It looks like he has the right units overall to try and clear out that creep camp, especially with Ensnare being able to pull back and separate those units and try and do a bit of divide and conquer. Mountain King using a potion of invisibility now, but that potion of invisibility will only follow up with a Stormbolt, not a Thunderclap, as the Griffin Riders are looking to perhaps take down a handful of units. There goes some, Troll Bat Riders. They're actually caught up on the creeps instead of going after the Griffins, and there we are, a bit of damage to be had. All right, those Troll Bat Riders not going after the targets that they are supposed to, and there goes finally one Griffin Rider getting taken down, another Griffin Rider getting taken down. 36 supply compared to 44, as those Griffin Riders may continue to give more experience to the Farseer Torrent Chieftain. Stormbolts are landing down onto those Raiders. Level 3 now onto that Paladin. Level 2 Holy Light to try and save things, but that may not matter with the Farseer and Torrent Chieftain now inching ever closer to level 5. All right. Coming back down across, a Shockwave ripping through a little bit of a fight back and forth here, but it really feels like the Fish needs to play some high risk, high reward areas. Otherwise, INSUP is just going to continue to run away with this game. All right, Paladin could be in a little bit of trouble. Devotion Aura trying to transfer an item. There's Boots of Speed to transfer there. And with that, now being able to outrun just a little bit, but now unable to outrun that Shockwave. All right, Boots of Speed now in a bit of problem for the Mountain King. Mountain King needs to run away as quickly as he can. as perhaps some damage will get racked up as well. Grunt now getting in the way of the Mountain King, sacrificing himself for the greater good. Stormbolt now going down onto the Troll Bat Rider to try and take it down, and now with the one Troll Bat Rider down, the Bat Riders are not going to be able to rack up nearly as much damage. Staff of Sanctuary not being, or no Staff of Sanctuary to try and save some of those Griffin Riders, as we're looking at, well, quick damage onto an Altar of Kings. All right, that is some big damage indeed. Stormbolt not going to be ready. Mountain King hoping to land in some easy damage onto some of those Troll Bat Riders, as Grunts are going to get taken out. They're absorbing quite a bit of damage. There it goes as well. Mountain King, Stormbolt trying to take down that Bat Rider. One or two more shots onto the Bat Riders should finish it off. And yes, it does get taken down as well. Still level 4 on that Mountain King. All right, repairs are underway for that Altar of Kings. The Griffins are not really getting challenged. Only the Farseer can get damage, or Raiders with Ensnare to try and finish things off. But that is all melee, causing those units to get closer and closer. Staff of Sanctuary saves the Griffin down to 92 hit points. There goes one Raider as the Mountain King now gets up to level 5. Mountain King fighting at this front door. And, well, iNSUP may actually accidentally be giving this game back to Fish, as we're looking at 39 supply compared to 38. Mountain King now in a little bit of trouble. Potion of Healing right there, trying to buy a little bit of time. Does buy enough time to stay alive once more, as that Paladin is about to come back out here in just a moment. All right, additional units getting hired up as well. Guard towers holding steady here. Are we looking at more damage racking on through, as the Paladin should be making its way back out here onto the battlefield? Clarity Potion on that Mountain King should give plenty of mana to that Mountain King. 2 Stormbolts already at the ready, as the Paladin needs to use some Clarity Potions and get some heals onto that Mountain King. Level 5, level 3 going up against dual level 5. Fish is trying to hold this front door, as iNSUP is trying to take things down slowly but surely. We are down to about 4 minutes of mining left, as the Mountain King now trails after these units. Spirit Walker could easily take a large amount of damage here. What targets is he going after? Stormbolt straight up onto a Bat Rider, trying to take down the Bat Rider first, as the Mountain King now completely surrounded. Paladin has enough mana for one additional Holy Light, does also have a Potion of Mana, so should be able to get another potion or another Holy Light here in just a moment. There it goes, able to perhaps try and break free and buying a little bit of time every which way it can. Mountain King could turn back around, perhaps try and get a Stormbolt on to another Troll Bat Riders, as the Troll Bat Riders are trying to find their targets. There goes one Griffin there, as another Holy Light goes down. Mountain King just staying alive ever so barely. Griffin Riders can easily go after those Shadow Wolves if they are attacking. And if he goes after the Shadow Wolves, that does spread damage across other units as well. All right, Shadow Wolves finally come down to an end here. New pair of wolves have been resummoned. Mountain King actually getting body blocked by those invisible wolves, as the Mountain King now tries to back away. All right, Mountain King, he could get ensnared here. No, ensnare onto the Paladin, causing a little bit of separation between the Mountain King here. Mountain King want to try and give the Staff of Sanctuary to the Paladin. Not going to be able to do so, as he's just trying to break free. No, does give the Staff of Sanctuary to the Paladin, and now the Paladin now in for the run of his life. Raiders, Tauren Chieftain. Where is that Paladin going to try to run off to? Is he going to try and buy a Scroll of Town Portal? Potion of Invisibility. He gets ensnared, though, and the invisibility now comes to, well, the invisibility works as soon as that ensnare breaks. All right. No words for what just happened in that fight. I said Fish needed to play some high-risk, high-reward maneuvers, and, well, iNSUP is giving those opportunities to Fish. I wouldn't say it's a throw, but Fish really playing and making a good chance of the opportunities given to him. All right, Farseer not looking to retreat back. Paladin still currently invisible. Mountain King finally able to be used after that Staff of Sanctuary regenerative stun has come to an end. Knights now joining in on the battlefield as well. Knights with 1-0 upgrades and animal war training. Paladin retreating all the way back home. And we should be looking at some, well, scrolls of regeneration or something. There's a Dust of Appearance. The Paladin is currently revealed right now, but there's just simply too many guard towers here to try and easily take down this Paladin. so many guard towers, even one scout tower. Once again, Fish having towers, but scout towers and not upgrading them to guard towers at all. Thank you for the follow as we see a Stormbolt go down onto a Raider. All right, Mountain King's going to try and, well, divide and conquer these units. Stormbolt could try and finish off that Raider there. No Stormbolt. Well, I take it back. Long distance Stormbolt getting the job done. Meanwhile, ends justifying the means, trying to take down some of those Griffin Riders. Surprised we are not looking at armor upgrades to try and neutralize that ability. All right, Paladin currently with that potion of healing, trying to hold the position here without that Altar of Kings. Much more wide open in this frontline spot, exposing these units here. Meanwhile, that Mountain King down to 450 hit points, and that Mountain King is just absolutely well, a beast at taking a beating and still staying alive. The Sundering Blades on that Knight, making sure to, well, really pressure down those Raiders and these Headhunters, as well as that Mountain King is still in this fight. Dual level 5 heroes going up against a level 5, level 3. Main gold mines are now all gone. 40 supply versus 35. And what you see is what you get here as the Knights are trying to retreat back. Paladin does have a Staff of Sanctuary. Could try and save the Knight. No Staff of Sanctuary, or Holy Lights it there. Are we going to be looking at a Staff of Sanctuary on the Mountain King? No, there is a Holy Light there continuing to try and save the Mountain King. Still holding on ever so barely. But remember, all right, Mountain King ends up taking down. And, well, I'm sure that Gauntlet of Ogre Strength +3 and that Tome of Strength would have made a big difference. Staff of Sanctuary, perhaps cooldown is still there. Level 4 on the Paladin. Divine Shield used as that level up happened just in time. 31 supply compared to 30. Both sides trying to retreat back. Is the Paladin going to have a long enough invulnerability time, as there's that Tome of Strength and that Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3 that I was talking about earlier. All right, Paladin trying to retreat back. Is he going to be able to hold on here? Potion of Healing there, as plenty of damage getting racked up. Farseer falls at level 5. Off on the other side here with the Griffins, as the Paladin now trying to hold the door here. Paladin, it could be in trouble. Paladin down to 3 hit points. He gets taken down, giving level 6 to INSUP's Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain gets level 6 and will get the Resurrection. All right, ultimate ability is right there. Level 6 Resurrection. Tauren Chieftain still out and about. Spirit Link trying to save some of those low hit point Raiders, as the Knights are still trying to catch up. Tauren Chieftain can turn back around, perhaps land a shockwave or two. And this, I don't know if I've seen any more plot twists than in a Ryan Johnson mystery, but that was a game with an unpredictable ending. INSUP outlasting Fish literally in this 1v1 matchup. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.